Long before modern states were born, the land known as Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire, a land of olive groves, busy markets, and sacred traditions. By the late 1800s, around 600,000 people lived here, mostly Arab Muslims, alongside Christians and Jews. Life was steady. Families farmed, traded, worshipped. But in Europe, something big was stirring. The Zionist movement. Persecuted Jews, desperate to escape pogroms in Russia and anti-Semitism across Europe, dreamed of returning to their ancestral homeland. And so they came. The first Aliyah, the second Aliyah. Between 1882 and 1914, thousands of Jewish families bought farmland, built new settlements, and even revived Hebrew as a spoken language. For Palestinians, it was a shock. Centuries-old rhythms were changing fast. Some welcomed the newcomers, others feared displacement. The Ottoman Empire kept a lid on things. Tensions simmered, but hadn't yet exploded. Then came the First World War. And everything changed. The British Mandate and Balfour. The Ottomans collapsed. Britain took over. And in 1917, one sentence set the stage for a century of conflict. His Majesty's government views with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people. The Balfour Declaration. For Jews worldwide, it was a beacon of hope. For Palestinians, more than 90% of the population, it was terrifying. Immigration surged. 60,000 Jews in 1919. Nearly 500,000 by 1939. Many were fleeing the Nazis. They built schools, industries, and kibbutzim. Palestinians pushed back. Riots, protests, revolts. The Arab Revolt of 1936–39 was the biggest, crushed brutally by the British. By the eve of World War II, Palestine was a land split in two, communities side by side, but drifting further apart. The Holocaust and birth of Israel. 6 million Jews murdered. The Holocaust changed everything. Survivors had one desperate dream left: safety in a homeland. After 1945, immigration to Palestine soared. Britain couldn't handle it, so they tossed the issue to the United Nations. The UN's plan? Partition. One Jewish state, one Arab state, Jerusalem International. Jews accepted. Arabs rejected. Then came the 14th of May, 1948. David Ben-Gurion declared the birth of Israel. Within hours, Arab armies invaded Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War had begun. Israel survived and even expanded. For Palestinians, it was disaster. The Nakba, the catastrophe. 700,000 people fled or were expelled, many never to return. Generations grew up in refugee camps, waiting. Wars that redefined the region. 1956, the Suez Crisis. Egypt seizes the canal. Israel invades with Britain and France, then retreats under US and Soviet pressure. The Six-Day War. Israel launches preemptive strikes and, in less than a week, takes Gaza, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Sinai, and the Golan Heights. Jerusalem's Old City falls under Israeli control for the first time in modern history. For Palestinians, another 300,000 displaced. The Yom Kippur War. Egypt and Syria strike back. Early success, followed by Israeli counterattack. But the shockwaves weren't just military. The Arab oil embargo rocked the global economy. Suddenly, this wasn't just a regional fight. It was a global crisis. Peace talks and broken promises. 1979. Egypt and Israel make peace. Israel returns Sinai. The first Arab-Israeli peace treaty in history. But Palestinians? still stateless. The First Intifada, mass protests, stone-throwing teenagers against heavily armed soldiers. The world watched in shock. Oslo Accords. A glimmer of hope. The Palestinian Authority is born. Rabin and Arafat shake hands on the White House lawn. But the hardest questions refugees' Jerusalem borders were kicked down the road. Then, tragedy. 1995. Rabin assassinated by an Israeli extremist. By 2000, the Second Intifada erupted. Suicide bombings, airstrikes, checkpoints. A massive separation barrier. Whatever trust existed, shattered. The rise of Hammas. Out of the chaos, a new force rose. Hammas, founded in 1987, Islamist, rejectionist, armed. In 2006, Hammas won elections. In 2007, they seized Gaza from the Palestinian Authority. Since then, rockets, blockades, and wars. 2008, 2012, 2014. Each round deadlier than the last. Israel said, defense. Palestinians said, resistance. Either way, civilians paid the price, always. The 2023 war. The 7th of October, 2023. Hammas launches a surprise assault. Over 1,200 Israelis killed, thousands wounded. 200 hostages taken. The deadliest day in Israel's history. Israel struck back, relentlessly. By early 2025, more than 20,000 Palestinians killed, 50,000 wounded. Whole neighborhoods erased. Hospitals overwhelmed. Children buried in rubble. The world watched a humanitarian catastrophe unfold in real time.
فجأنا هلا خبطوا البيت، خبطوا الدنيا وشايف الدمار وفي تحت الأنقاض شهداء عنا.
Ceasefire and Global Recognition. January 2025. A fragile ceasefire. September 2025. A shockwave at the United Nations. Over 150 countries, including the UK, France, Canada, Australia, officially recognized the State of Palestine. For Palestinians, it was celebration. A dream finally validated. For Israelis, it felt like betrayal. With hostages still missing, recognition seemed premature, even dangerous. The 13th of October, 2025. Hammas released the last 20 living Israeli hostages after more than 2 years in captivity. In return, Gaza Strip welcomed nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners freed by Israel as part of the ceasefire deal. The moment sparked scenes of elation in Israel and Gaza, but also deep questions about what comes next. The divide remains sharper than ever. Future scenarios. So where does it go from here? Optimists, reconstruction, withdrawal, 2 states, side by side. Realists, the same stalemate, sporadic violence, endless cycles. Pessimists, another war, more displacement, deeper tragedy. The answer doesn't lie only in leaders. It lies in ordinary families. Children growing up in Gaza's camps. Parents in Israel putting kids to bed under rocket sirens. And in the world's willingness to push for peace. For more than a century, the Israel-Palestine conflict has been about more than borders. It's about survival. identity, memory. It has shaped millions of lives and tested the conscience of the world. Peace will not be easy. It will demand courage, compromise, and empathy on both sides. This is Global Conflict Watch. Stay informed, stay aware.